And welcome back into the Mav Radio Studios here at Omaha's campus here for 2019 College Radio Day. I am your host, Matt Kirkland. Joining us now is Brandon Tvrdy, Fox 42 reporter, cameraman. Brandon, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hey, thanks for having me. Seen you guys a lot on Twitter and all the Facebook videos and all that. Been more than impressed, so I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, dude, and we appreciate the support. We've talked about it actually during our meetings. But it's funny, our advisor actually at our last meeting, she goes, there was some guy, he tweeted at us something about how he wished he would have studied at UNO. And I was like, oh, yeah, that was an old buddy of mine. She was like, I love him for that. She made me, send her a screenshot and everything. So we really do appreciate all the support you've given us. But just to start off, I want to ask you just a little bit about how you got into journalism. I mean, obviously, you and I, we've had a bit of a history. Mm-hmm. We were together on the Millard South newspaper staff. What made you interested, I guess, even back then, of getting into journalism? So
it's kind of interesting. I didn't take it super seriously until maybe end of junior year of high school. But it was sophomore year of high school. I mean, people that know me know I love to talk their ears off about sports and everything like that. And I forgot my health teacher's name. I apologize for that if she's listening or something like that. But
it's Millard South.
Exactly. But she always appreciated my conversations about sports and all that. And she's like, you'd be good if you're on the Mike and Mike show, when that was on ESPN and all that. I'm like, oh yeah. And she's like, you should maybe kind of be a sports talk host or something like that. I'm like, oh, that's not a bad idea. Kind of got to thinking about it, and then junior year is kind of when you start really looking into college and all that. And I saw Iowa Western had a sports media program and all that. I'm like, oh, that'd be kind of cool. And toured it, saw that they got a TV station, radio, all that, and that's when I kind of started getting into it. And then signed up for journalism class my senior year. I think you were a junior,
I was.
Right?
I was a year younger than you.
Yeah, we're still with a bunch of younger people, though, in that class.
Yeah.
If you don't remember, I was freshman, sophomore. I'm like, this is a little weird, but that's all right. But, yeah, then, I was a writer for the sports section on that, and you were too, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Were you the sports editor?
My last year on staff. Yeah.
Okay.
When I was a senior, they moved me to sports editor. But
that's right.
You and I think, were both reporters.
Yeah.
When we were together on staff.
Yeah.
But, segueing in, you mentioned Iowa Western.
Mm-hmm.
Talk a little bit about what you did at Iowa Western, the kind of things that you did, with the athletic department.
Yeah. Well, so I went to Iowa Western, obviously, and so what I did a little bit of everything my freshman year, first semester. Dipped into a little bit of radio, dipped into a little bit about with TV, but the biggest thing that I fell in love doing there was shooting packages for the Bluff Sports Zone. And they had, we got to go to a lot of the local schools down in Council Bluffs and record, the games, football and all that. And we could have our voice over it. And I always like to be a little quirky and all that and have my own stupid little sayings. A couple of them, one of them was a soccer package and the goalie got the save or something like that. I'm just like my credit card, he's denied or something like that. And just stupid stuff like that. But I loved it because I just... sports is my passion and all that. So rolled with that for a while. And, for those 2 years, I was mostly focused on, sports packages, sports feature stories. We just did a lot of cool projects. And, and then after Iowa Western is when I got into news and all that.
Uh-huh. So tell me what about sports packs specifically entices you? Because, obviously the storytelling aspect of it has to be fun. Telling those sports stories is always a fun thing to do. Yeah. But what made you kind of decide that that's what you wanted to step into, at least to begin your career, is working on those sports packs and things like that?
Well, what I really like about sports packages, at least for me personally too, is I love putting my personality in there. I'm a loud person, so I like to kind of put that into sports. And with sports too, it's not that news is the same or anything like that. It's different all the time, but with sports, it's even more unpredictable, which I think that's more intriguing in a way, just because you don't know what you're going to get. It's obviously not scripted or anything like that. So, and some crazy stuff happens and it's exciting. It's competitive. And I also liked the fact that I got to see future college athletes. One that sticks out the most to me is I got to cover Max Duggan, who is now I think he's still the starting quarterback at TCU. He just started a couple weeks ago against SMU. Okay, yeah. I didn't know if they were going to, after that upset loss, but that wasn't all on him. That was on the defense, I'd say. But yeah, like stuff like that, just seeing those athletes grow and then see them, go to big colleges after that, and yeah, I just love it.
Yeah, and I mean I think that's why we all get into this. Is it's fun seeing, it's not only the storytelling itself, but seeing the players, like you said, grow.
Yep.
You see them from when they start and you cover them, and then you see how they progress over time, and I think that's a really cool thing.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about what you do at Fox 42, how you got into that, what your role is, and how it might be growing.
Sure. Yeah, so I'm a photographer at Fox 42. I do a little bit more than what a photographer is probably asked at other stations, which I actually love because that opens more opportunities for me. So I shoot packages, I shoot VOSATs, people that are in TV, or you guys all know what that is and all that. Yeah. VOSATs are nice, quick little stories.
Yeah.
But I do that. I write the scripts for them. We'll have to do Facebook Live sometimes. I'll just get creative. I love to do nap packs. I love that. I love just people telling the story the whole time. But yeah, just stuff like that. Go out for breaking news. And what I really like about Fox 42 is like, it's definitely the smallest station in Omaha. We don't have the biggest staff, but in a way, I think that gives a little bit more opportunity and a great resume builder. Because, coming into there, my boss knew like what my ambition is, what my goals are, and that's to be a reporter at a big time station eventually for sports. I'd like, but if I had to stick with news for a little bit longer, that's totally fine. But that's what I like is the opportunity. And also what's cool about it being a smaller station is you get to know the people well, and I love everyone that I work with. They're really cool, and we're able to bounce ideas off each other, and it just can be like a fun creative session there. So,
and I think that's pretty relatable too, because I mean that's a big reason I actually came here, because you look at schools like Lincoln, their attendance is much bigger, and your opportunities if you were to go into sports journalism, you kind of have to if relating it to sports, you kind of have to wait your turn.
Yeah.
You have to wait till you're a junior or senior to get those
right,
real opportunities.
Exactly, yeah.
Whereas, coming to Mav Radio, you get a lot of those opportunities right away, kind of like what you're talking about with Fox 42.
Yeah.
And I've seen some of the stuff that you've put together. I've seen some of the fan event stuff you've done for Nebraska football and stuff like that. Talk about what it's like to be able to work with, the Huskers and being able to do cool stuff like that, since you graduated from Iowa Western.
Oh, my God, dude. I love it. I absolutely love it. Actually, I was at another station before this, and it's a great station, loved and everything. But with Fox 42, like I said, I've had more opportunities to do a lot of stuff I like, and they've let me do multiple Husker related stories already. I've only been there for 4 months too, and I just love it, dude. Like, it's hard not to be starstruck in a way, I
mean, we're Husker fans.
Yeah, of course, like die hard. And I got to interview Eric Crouch a couple months ago, and I kept it professional, but I had to throw in like, hey man, just before we do this interview, I'm a big fan. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, exactly. But God, it's awesome, dude. I love it. It's everything I want. I just vision myself as I'm out there. Like, dang, maybe one day I could be like reporting. I could be in front of the camera here or shooting, a package for a game. But I love it. I love interacting with the athletes and all that.
So, where do you see your career going? Is reporting something you want to stick with, or do you want to maybe branch out into print journalism, or maybe being an anchor? Is there something else you maybe are interested in, or right now are you just focused on packs and making sure you perfect your craft as an excellent reporter?
Right. Well, you're definitely right on perfecting my craft. I definitely want to at least grow at Fox 42 for a year, try to clean up, polish myself, become the best that I can before I really branch out. But I mean, my main goal, definitely, I want to be a reporter. I want to be in front of the camera. It'd be great to be in one of the big sports networks someday. That's the biggest goal I have. But yeah, the next step is definitely to be a reporter. I wouldn't mind branching out to other stuff too. I like to do little side stuff. Currently trying to work on a short film and all that. And this would be cool too. Hosting a radio show or anything. So I'm pretty open to it. But yeah, I'd say the main thing is to be a reporter.
So I'm kind of intrigued now. Talk about the short film. What is this that you're working on?
So me, my friend Mike, and Tap, those two work at Channel 3. and I've known Mike at Iowa Western and Tap actually, and Mike and I have always talked about doing short films together, and we've always bounced off ideas. So we finally got the ball rolling. We got in a meeting. We're this and that. Now we're just finding actors. So if anyone's listening to this, we're looking for a couple actors. So the short film, quick little review is it's a horror / thriller kind of thing.
Okay.
So
stepping away from sports.
Yes, I mean I wouldn't mind doing sports, but hey, I also.
But that's cool that you're branching out to something other than what you're focused on for your profession.
For sure, yeah, and I like horror films and all that, so I'm kind of intrigued like that, and so it's about two dudes that go to college. One's not all right in the head, he's kind of a little crazy, and the other is a normal student. One day, the normal guy opens the door, just a simple, nice little thing for this kind of crazy guy, but you don't know that at the time. Opens the door, and then the kid notices, and he's like so amazed by it. So then he tries to request him on Facebook, and the other dude never accepts it. So he kind of gets obsessed with him, stalks him, and eventually attacks him, and then we'll go from there once you watch it. But
interesting. So let me ask you something, and we'll kind of start to wrap this up. But is short films? I mean, obviously you're focusing on sports broadcasting, but clearly short films, is something that interests you.
Oh yeah.
Is that something that you want to try to continue doing? Is that something that you want to keep working on potentially?
Yeah, I would love to. I mean, as of right now, I just like as a side gig. But I mean, if it became anything more than that, I mean, if I'm going to film festivals that's reaching, but like if it became something big, I'd love that. I like to think I have a big imaginary brain and all that, so I would like to. I kind of like to come with an approach of and I'm a big rap fan too, like Donald Glover, he kind of likes to do it all.
Yeah,
I kind of like to have that approach with media in a way.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Brandon, thank you so much for coming on our show today.
Yeah, man.
I mean, this whole day is about celebrating college radio. There's, hundreds and hundreds of stations across the world that are celebrating today, and we appreciate you coming on, talking about your experiences in journalism, specifically sports, and even short films.
Yep.
I mean, we really do appreciate the time, so thank you so much for coming on. We will come back momentarily with our next guest. We're going to have guests coming in and out all day long in celebration of College Radio Day. Stay tuned in. You are listening to MavRadio.fm.